views and opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the host and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Welcome to Outdoors People with me, CW Getz, and her, Maya Marzaki. Good evening. It's Wednesday, June 21st, 2023. We've got a scorching, and it says only 88 degrees, but I think it's not accurate. I mean, in my everything says 88 degrees, but it feels like it's about 188 outside. It's really, it's hot, man. I'm telling you, it is hot. But that equates to 31 degrees Celsius. Maya, what have you got down there in Sao Paulo, Brazil?
Oh, I'm getting closer. For the free world, it is 19 degrees Celsius. And for you guys in the United States, 67 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, it's a little chilly.
And it is, yes, but it is sunny. It is just a lovely day. It is really nice day.
A lot of people would consider that perfect and ideal, but I'm fine with I'm fine with 85. But when it gets past 85, when I start sweating a little,
Yeah, what I don't like is that I never know if I'm cold or I'm hot. So I never know what I'm feeling and what I need to wear.
I understand.
Kind of messed up weather.
A lot of camping trips work out that way. You have to pack extra things because you never know what you're going to, So if you'll notice this evening, I feel a little naked. I had some technical issues here. So kids, if I pop out of the show, it's because every kid in the neighborhood is gaming right about this time. It's 5:08 p.m. Central Time here in Chicago. And I'm telling you, these kids, they get out of school and they jump on that computer and it kind of messes up sometimes our program here. All the bandwidth is used up, and then I had some problems with the equipment and my headphones were working. So I'm like, well, I'm listening to you through a couple of Eddie Van Halen amplifiers I'm making out of it, just on the computer. It's weird. It's very weird. And I feel naked without those headphones. So that's the deal, man. So if I pop out, the show is all yours, Maya. You take it away, all right?
Oh, no. It's better you do not.
I pop out. I'm not coming back. I'm just going to be gone. I'll pop a beer. I'll watch you guys later.
I'm going to do the same.
Okay. Well, then you take it over. It's producer time, right?
Whatever. Yeah.
Well, he gets all the big bucks anyway, so he's probably good with that. Well, tonight's episode of Outdoors People is brought to you by Rutabaga Paddle Sports, providing time on the water.
By Campground Views, making camping easier.
By Duluth Pack, made in the USA since 1882.
And by Jackson Kayak, pursuing joy through paddle sports.
Tonight's episode is Freestyle Highline Champion with our special guest, Salome Cholet. 24-year-old professional physiotherapist and professional athlete from Montpellier, France, Salome Cholet is a freestyle highline champion. Salome won a silver medal at the World Championship competition, as well as holding the title of freestyle champion multiple times. She's also a festival organizer, a project leader, and was the first to create and perform a number of tricks in freestyle highline. Her latest projects involve the further development of highline and freestyle highline in an effort to increase popularity of the sport. And with that, welcome to the show, Salome.
Welcome. Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm at the end of the day here because here it's midnight, but I'm doing good. I had a very good day.
Excellent. Well, you know what? I was having a great day until this technical business started taking place with me here. I'm like, oh my gosh, not a good way to start a show. So I'm glad you're doing better than that. And thank you for staying up till midnight with it for us. That's I appreciate that. So if you yawn, we totally understand.
Yeah, that's nice of you.
Well, Salome, let me start off by asking you, what exactly is Freestyle Highline? What does that mean?
So I think first I'm gonna very fast say what highline is, or highlining. So highlining is basically working on a 1 inch or 2.5 centimeter webbing high in the sky, like between cliffs or very high trees. The definition of highline is high enough so you attach with a leash and like with at least 10 or 15 meters under you. And freestyle highline is doing this, but instead of just walking the line, you're doing tricks there.
Oh, wow. Like, and actually dancing from what it looks like I saw the videos that you've posted. Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
actually, I'm glad to know that freestyle is just highlight with tricks because when I heard about, I thought that was like with no equipment, just you walking and the line, and I was like, oh my gosh,
Oh.
that's crazy.
No, we have a safety line.
Yeah, and how did you get started doing highlight, and how long have you been doing freestyle?
I've been doing highline since 5.5 years now, 5 years and a half. I've started like I got very lucky. I saw my first highline. I was young, but I didn't like talk with the person or anything because I was too shy. And then a few years later, just walking in a cave near my home, I met someone that was highlining, and I was a climber back then, and we were talking, and he told me, "Hey, I have a highline up there. If you wanna come and try." And that night, I just came up with him and try highlining, and I never stopped. I went on the line, did the first thing, sat on the line, fell, and I fell in love with the sport.
That's so
And
Well, yeah.
and it took me some time to get used to highlining and get used to like all the things that you have to learn when you start highlining. And now it's been 2 years and a half with a live competition, but I think we're going to talk about this later, that I really starting going into freestyle highline. And for 1 year and a half, I've been fully focused on that and almost nothing else.
Well, that's very impressive. And I think that you said it before, but I need to ask you again just to make sure. How high in the air do you perform?
So the line I'm rigging like usually are about 20 meters high, but that's very low for a highlight. I've been
Oh,
on lines like 600-meter high, and here I'm only talking about the height like directly under the line. But there is the height that we call exposure, which is the height like on the side of the line when it's usually going like this to very low in the valley, and that can be like in kilometers.
wow. It's
oh,
still
yeah.
extremely high though. I mean, that's
I mean, you're attached, you're secure, so 20 meters or like 1 kilometer high, it's the same.
For you.
well, you mentioned you just when you first started this, you just kind of you jump right up there and said, "Hey, I love this. This is great." Uh, I mean, how long did it take you to get comfortable with doing Highline?
So usually what now I'm saying to people that want to start, I give them the advice to try in the ground, learn like all the basic in the ground, how to stand up, or how to climb the leash, how to sit on the line. But for me, I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to be on a high line, and so it took me some time to learn the basics. I would say around 6 months after I started, I was able to finally like work properly on a high line, but not big length, but still. And after 1 year and a half, I sent my first big line, which was 500-meter line, and that's when I've started freestyle highline, because I was like, okay, now when you start to work big lines, it start to be easier because the line is moving less and you just get into a flow mode. So once you're able to walk 200 or 300 meters, you can walk basically anything. It's just in your mind then. So when I sent my first 500-meter line, I was like, okay, now I know how to do that. I need to find like something more.
Wow. I mean, are there any days that you get up there and you're maybe you're not as confident as you were the last time I mean the day before or whatever. You get up there and you just have some days you're like, okay, wait a minute, what am I knew I got this, You ever get that way?
No, I've been a climber for 10 years before starting highlining, so I was already very used to like the height. And then I just love the sport. For me, when I'm on the line, I'm just going to play. So for sure, like everyone, I have days where it's harder, where I cannot do my thing as good as usual. And sometimes it happened to me 1 or 2 times to have a feeling like there's something wrong. But then I check both of the anchor, I check my knot, I check everything, and I'm like, no, I'm safe. And after a few bounces, all the feeling goes away and the magic come back.
Let me ask you a silly question. Do you ever have dreams that you're up there in the high line? Something happens and you're like, whoa. You ever have that?
Not dreams, nightmares, right?
Yeah, right. Or you fall or something. Yeah. You ever have that?
I don't think so. I have dreams for sure. I don't think I ever had a nightmare about highlining or falling.
Oh, wow.
I feel pretty safe.
That's good.
So you were very confident on what you were doing. That's impressive, yeah. Right?
Yeah.
And you told that you were safe. So if you fall or something happened, you were safe. So there is no problem. But there is a chance of getting injured or have a accident. Have you ever been?
Yeah, there is. So the very good thing with freestyle highline is that compared to all the other freestyle sport that exists in the world, it's very safe. You don't crash into the ground or into the water or into anything. You just fly in the air. The few danger and injuries that can happen is when you're stuck in the line, or when sometimes because of rotation the leash is wrapped around your arm or your leg, and you can get like leash burns. But except for that, I had a sprain. I sprained my knee last fall trying a trick, and my foot stayed too long on the line, and my knee just got bent in a like bad way. But that's very unlikely. Most of the injuries that happen with the highline can be linked to the leash, like having your finger inside the leash ring or things like that. But like I said, it's very unlikely. There is very few people that are getting injured in freestyle highline.
So it is a super safe sport.
Yeah, it is.
It's just scary though.
It just looks dangerous as hell, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. That's why people never believe us when we say, no, we're super safe. They're like, no, you're not safe.
I love it.
Yeah, I heard that too when I'm rocking climbing. People go like, you're crazy. No, it is safe.
It's not as safe as highlining.
Yeah. Yes, probably. True. Well, we are going to a little break. Don't go away. We will be back with more of Outdoors People right after these messages.
A few years ago, someone asked Rutabaga's owner, Darren Bush, "Hey, how long have you guys been selling boats?" Darren replied, "Well, we don't sell boats. We sell time on the water." Of course, that comes in all types. We help people paddle more safely with Rutabaga outdoor programs. We rent canoes, kayaks, and stand-up paddleboards. We sell and install racks to get you from home to adventure. Rutabaga's got everything you need to get you out on the water, like paddles, life jackets, dry bags, and clothing. Rutabaga Paddle Sports, on the web at rutabaga.com. Mention you saw this ad on The Camping Show.
It is time to go camping. Introducing Campground Views virtual tours. You can tour the campground, see the sites, see if they are available, and click to book your perfect spot. Hit the open road and explore the amazing places found in nature. We make it easy to discover, find, and book your site so that you can go have the fun and freedom you seek. Campground Views virtual tours make it easy and simple for you to see where you are going.
Duluth Pack is handcrafted for every lifestyle, making memories since 1882. In store at 365 Canal Park Drive or online at duluthpack.com.
We're one big family, a community of paddlers, and we want to make sure that everyone has a great time out on the water.
We are made right here in Sparta, Tennessee, USA.
This is where every Jackson kayak is born, built by hand with a focus on innovation.
We are Jackson Kayak.
We are
Jackson Kayak.
We're Jackson Kayak.
We are Jackson Kayak.
And we're back with Salome Cholet here on Outdoors People. Salome, how large is the Highline community? I mean, is it popular throughout the world, or is it more area specific?
So it's kind of hard to know who is practicing Highline because we don't really. If I checked the other day, and in the biggest Facebook group that with slackliners and Highliners, we're 22,000 people.
Oh, wow.
So, and I know for sure because of live competition that we did and a survey that one of the biggest slackline association did, that there is people from all over the world that are highlining, and I think that's amazing. It's like little communities there and there. I know in Europe it's one of the biggest community. There is a huge community in France, in Spain, in Switzerland too. There is also few big community in the United States and all over the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never knew it was that big. I didn't realize that, but that's pretty good. It's huge, actually.
I mean, it's huge, but also I think on this group there is a lot of people that are probably just practicing slackline or just being interested and not really actively highlining or slacklining. But I'm sure there's also very good highliner that are not on this Facebook page. So yeah, I would say we're several thousand of people.
Yeah, that's very respectable, I think. That's a respectable number for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. I have many people, friends who do that here in Brazil. It is kind of big here too. I have never tried it, but it is pretty kind of common actually. And tell us about the freestyle highline competitions you do and the ones you won.
So first, we have to start with the fact that Freestyle Highline, like it exists now, has been like this for the last 3 years. Before that, Freestyle Highline was something, but not something very important. And 2 years ago, in January, now I can tell one of my best friends, at that time I didn't know him at all, created a online competition to push the freestyle high-end motivation all over the world. And that's the first competition I did, and I won that first competition in the women's category.
Isn't it nice when you just first do it and you win? I mean, it's it
was it was so, I mean, there were girls that were better than me at that moment, but they were judging the competition. And so this competition just pushed me. I already loved Highline and I was starting to like freestyle Highline, but after that competition I was like, okay, that's what I want to do with my life.
Yeah. Did it surprise you a little?
Not really. I mean, since I really start highlining, I've always been I love this sport and I don't want to do anything else. But with freestyle highline is even different because I'm someone that is very active and always do a million things and I always have too much energy at the end of the day. And with freestyle highline, I finally found something to put all my energy in and to
it's a place you
shine.
A place you could utilize all that energy, huh?
Yeah. So after that first competition, we started to be okay, maybe we can do something bigger with that. And there were 2 more online competitions. And on last year, we had a lot of competitions, not online, live competitions. The first one was in Les Arcs, and I won that first live competition, and that felt amazing. I was very surprised. It was my first live competition, and I was just like throwing my things on a line that was too short for what I do usually, and everything worked. And I had that day, I was very stressed about the final when I made it to final. And one of my friends told me like, hey, for the best trick, just do your trick. And I told him I cannot do that. It's too hard. I cannot do it on this line. He was like, go for it. You're gonna do it. And I did it first try, and that made me so happy. And this competition was just, I'm not someone that loves competition, but that specific competition, the format and everything made me like, okay, I'm gonna do competition because I want to push the sport, and it's not horrible, it's fun right now. So I'm gonna do that. And then there were like 4 or 5 other live competition that summer that I won all of them except for the World Championship.
Wow.
Oh, that's impressive.
Wow. You're so casual about it. I love that.
Just another competition that I won, right?
It's like we got Michael Jordan here of the Highline, you know.
I mean, it was I got kind of lucky, and sometimes I was just like, it's just like a balance, and then I lost in the final in the World Championship, and Louis was the one who won, and it was super nice. I mean, as a competitor, I was a bit sad to not win, of course. But then we had an online competition again at the end of this season, and another girl won it. I finished second again, and then I realized that it was amazing because when the very first competition happened, I was clearly above the level of everyone, all the other girls. And then 1 year later, all of the high level girls had won a competition, and I felt like, okay, now there is people that are like going for it. They want to win competition. They're training for it. And if I want to keep doing competition, I'm gonna have to train. And if I don't want to do that, I can just keep doing what I'm doing and try new tricks. But it's super nice to see that in 1 year, we came from being only like 1 or 2 above the other to like everyone at the same level. And the last competition in Les Arcs this year, exactly 1 year after the first one, we were like, I don't remember, but five or six very high level girls, and the competition was super intense, and it was super cool.
Wow. Wow, that is awesome. That's amazing. And I gotta wonder, with all these competitions that you're winning, I mean, obviously you have probably got some huge sponsors. So how many Porsches do you own now that are parked in your driveway? Or maybe you got a Lamborghini. I don't know.
Unfortunately,
Alfa Romeo, something like that. Yeah, right.
Yeah, unfortunately, right now the sport is so little that we don't want so much, and it's like we cannot live out of it. There is no athlete that is living thanks to sponsors or winning competitions right now.
Yet.
Well, I get a feeling. Yeah, I get a feeling like, who knows? Maybe Alfa Romeo will get a hold of you and go, hey, listen, we're going to give you a car just to go get groceries. That's just all you need that for. And then we'll get the Lamborghini, and then that'll be your fancy car, whatever. But no, that's really cool, though. I mean, I'm sure that'll be coming for you. I mean, obviously, you're very talented. You win in all these competitions. I can't help but wonder, how does your family feel about you, being involved in this seemingly dangerous sport? How do they have any reservations, like, oh, gosh, I hope you don't get hurt or anything like that? How do they feel?
Yeah, kind of. Already when I was climbing, my parents were not like super happy about it, but they're still very supportive. If I want to do it, they're never gonna tell me like, no, you don't do it. They're just gonna be like, okay, but we don't want to see that.
Right.
And so that's what happened for a long time. When I started highlining, they were like, they're trusting me. So they were like, okay, if you say you can do it and you're safe, do it. But we don't want to see it. And then when I did that big project around my home a few years ago, my parents saw me for the first time on a big highline just above our home. So they couldn't like watch anywhere else, so don't see me on the line.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now basically what my mom told me again recently, she loves watching my videos. She loves like watching my picture, but because it's after it happened.
I was just going to say, because she knows you're still, yeah.
Exactly. She's still not super happy about, she still don't want to come and see me. She will do it one day for sure. But for now, it's still like, it's getting better, but they're still like a bit afraid.
How's your boyfriend feel about it?
I don't have any boyfriend, but my
well, maybe this prevents you from having one that's going to feel safe knowing that you're going to come home at some point. I don't know. Yeah, in one piece. No, I made that up. But but that's interesting. I can almost imagine as a parent. In fact, I saw something on TV here. I think it was this morning about this woman whose son is not a fight. Well, he flies the fighter jets, and I'm thinking, what kind of a feeling that must be to watch your son or daughter, doing something like that. I can imagine it's very much the same thing, if your parents with them watching you perform.
I mean, also my brother is a kayak instructor, and my sister is flying in planes. So I mean, they're like, okay, I guess you all choose some stupid things to do. We're just gonna go with it and support you, whatever.
So your parents are going to live for the rest of their lives, world, and thinking about the 3 kids. That's funny. Oh my gosh, poor parents. And you said that you climbed it, and I saw some pictures. There are some similar equipment that you use when you are highlighting and when you are performing. So which equipment do you use when you are performing?
So we are using a harness, a climbing harness. And then, so the line is anchored properly with either trees or the same bolts that we use for climbing, and then on the line we connect it to the line with 2 leash rings and a leash that is going from the leash ring to us, and that's how we secure, because when we fall, we just fall onto the leash, and that is around the main and the backup line. So everything is backup basically in Highline. Every single point could fail, and we still have a backup for everything.
Yes, that sounds great. Sounds like climbing as well, right? And you said that you created your trick in the competition you won. And how you come up with the tricks?
Just from playing on the line. Sometimes it can come from watching a friend and be like, oh, wait, what if you try this, but this way? And sometimes it's just like dreaming about it also. And the morning you wake up and you're like, oh, I want to try that. And or sometimes it's like imagining a variation of something, or okay, I need something to link these 2 tricks. What could I do? And boom, this thing is like, oh, maybe I should invent, maybe I can do this and it's gonna be better. And sometimes it's just you try a trick that already exists, you fail it, but it became something new, and you're like, oh, okay. Basically, that's how the first trick I've created. It was that I was trying a variation of a trick, and I failed it, and I did this new thing, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool!" And then I pushed it, and I put it into fit, and then it was a new trick.
I love your creative process. Yeah.
Yes, sure. I love it. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, it's just fascinating how you come up with that stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's a good lesson for the life. You can learn with your mistakes and do a new trick.
Absolutely.
That's nice. So we have some pictures and videos to look up after this little break. So don't go away. We will be back with more of Outdoors People right after these messages.
A few years ago, someone asked Rutabaga's owner, Darren Bush, hey, how long have you guys been selling boats? Darren replied, well, we don't sell boats. We sell time on the water. Of course, that comes in all types. We help people paddle more safely with Rutabaga outdoor programs. We rent canoes, kayaks, and stand-up paddleboards. We sell and install racks to get you from home to adventure. Rootabaga's got everything you need to get you out on the water, like paddles, life jackets, dry bags, and clothing. Rutabaga Paddle Sports, on the web at rutabaga.com. Mention you saw this ad on the camping show.
It is time to go camping. Introducing Campground Views virtual tours. You can tour the campground, see the sights, see if they are available, and click to book your perfect spot. Hit the open road and explore the amazing places found in nature. We make it easy to discover, find, and book your site so that you can go have the fun and freedom you seek. Campground Views virtual tours make it easy and simple for you to see where you are going.
Duluth Pack is handcrafted for every lifestyle, making memories since 1882. In store at 365 Canal Park Drive or online at duluthpack.com.
We're one big family, a community of paddlers, and we want to make sure that everyone has a great time out on the water.
We are made right here in Sparta, Tennessee, USA.
This is where every Jackson kayak is born, built by hand with a focus on innovation.
We are Jackson Kayak.
We are
Jackson Kayak.
We're Jackson Kayak.
We are Jackson Kayak.
And we're back with Salome Cholet. And Juan, we've got those photos and one video. Let's pull those up and take a look at those, shall we? There we go.
Whoa.
That was in the World Championship on the semi-final battle.
You run to it like right side by side, like by people competing. Is that right?
Yeah, it's like we both have a separate timer, and one do something, and when the person fell or stopped the time, it turns to the other one, and it's like going back between the two people until the time says stop.
Nice.
That was also in the World Championship.
Doing one of those tricks that you were talking about, I can tell.
Yeah.
I love it. Love it.
Yeah, it was a very nice. Oh,
that's cool. I love that picture.
Yeah, that's a very nice picture. That's the cave that is right next to my home. That's actually where I met the first highliner and the guy that put me into highline. And yeah, we were doing a publicity for the cave, and they called us and they were like, "Come and do highline in there." It was like a lot of flash everywhere, and the guy was doing. It was a very good photographer. It was amazing. Very cool
that looks like right out of a movie. I'm telling you.
Yeah. The guy was super good at doing that. He was like, "Okay, put this flash like this, bit stronger, bit less," and we were like here on the line for like half an hour. Okay, I'm waiting.
And that's impressive. Cool. I can understand why you fall in love in the first time you try it, because look at that place, so beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't. That's where I saw my first highline, but that's not where I did my first highline. I did my first highline outside.
That's why you fell in love.
Yeah.
That's easy.
That's one of the biggest. That's I think the biggest project of my life so far. It's the 500-meter line above my village, and it's like it was 6 months of work, a lot of authorizations, and that was the final run before the closure of the event, and the perfect sunset and a very good front pilot.
Salome, that looks like it's right out of a movie. I mean, I'm serious. That's amazing.
Yeah.
How beautiful. Wow.
That's one of my best highline memories, I think, so far.
Yeah, I was going to ask you something real quickly because we're running a little short on time because of my technical issues. Apologize for that. But how real quickly, and I know this was a discussion on social media at one point last week, and I said, I think I'm going to bring that up during the show. But how do you get the line from one side to the other? The short answer, I mean.
So the fastest way, if you have the technical thing, is the drone. With drone, you just put a little tagline and then you pull the line across.
That's fancy.
Then when it's like a circus, you can just go around and then pull the line. Or when it's two cliffs separate, you can throw a little tagline from one side, from the other side, and then there's someone at the bottom that is licking both of them, and then we tied it, and then we can pull the line.
Oh, interesting. Wow. I'm sure a lot of people wonder that.
Yeah, and sounds like a lot of work.
It is. It's the biggest work when you don't have a drone. That's usually the biggest work you have to do while rigging. Everything else is just like do a fast anchor there and there, and it's done. And then it's like all about crossing the line.
Yeah.
And
that's a great view.
That's the biggest line. Okay, guess how long this line is and how high it is.
Oh
my gosh. Okay, so I'm going to tell you in feet because I don't know meters, but so Maya, give it a guess. You're probably going to be more accurate than you work with ropes all the time.
Oh my gosh, I have no idea. What I know, it is too high for me.
Juan says 300 meters.
Yeah, feels like. Yeah.
Okay,
is he close?
That's 1 kilometer and 100 meter, 500 meters high.
Whoa! Whoa!
You ever get a nosebleed up there? I'm sure your ears have to pop, though, right? I mean, honestly, that's pretty far up there.
Well, you were already there.
Yeah, it was crazy. In the middle of the line, you were at 500 meters from everything around you, just like a little point in the middle of the sky.
Wow.
But from where the picture is taken, it's so high and so long that it looks like a 300 meter at like 100 meter high because it's the same proportions. But then it's like 4 times that.
Wow. That's amazing. Impressive. Congratulations. Yeah. Whoa.
There's you doing your tricks again. Love it.
Yeah, that's just doing a trick in my old permaline. Like we cannot see it, but at the bottom of the peak, there is my home, like in the shot, I think.
Hey, Salome, that's the kind of shot we want to see you wearing that shirt we just sent you. So yeah,
for sure.
Great promo.
I'll do it for sure.
I love it.
That's nice.
There you go. That looks cool.
Yeah, that was nice. Gosh. For that particular shot, I was with a professional. I mean, not an amateur, but with a very good camera. And he was like, "Okay, let's just do some nice shot." And I put on a nice outfit and just went out there for the New Year little thing.
I got a preference. This is the shot I went with the tank top. So yeah, that's extremely cool. Yeah.
That's a very easy one.
Really? It doesn't look easy. Oh,
I mean, it's easy for a picture. The video, it doesn't look good because
right.
It's just for a picture.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And you look fancy. I love that outfit.
You look completely relaxed. I mean, I'm like, okay, I don't know how you're doing that, but yeah.
It's like a regular day, not a big deal.
I can hang here for a while, guys. Just take your time, you know.
Yeah, that's why the picture is everything. Okay,
that's cool. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
So the friend I was talking about, my friend Ian, took this picture, and I still think for Highline person, it's still the best picture that have been the best freestyle Highline picture with the very flashy backup and all the motion. I love it.
That belongs in a magazine or a billboard or something like that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful! Such a beautiful picture. Oh my gosh.
That was just a very cool line and in a very cool place for a festival.
The neighbors are all watching going, what in the hell is going on? I love it. All right, we've got a video here we're going to take a look at real quick, and let's see what we got. Salome Cholet in action. And I got to tell you something. You got the wind going on up there. That's something that you maybe, I mean, just never registered with me. You got to fight the wind. I'll deal with the wind. I don't know if you're fighting it. My gosh, that's impressive. That is so cool to see you do what you do. Thank you for sending that video and actually making that video for us. We really, really appreciate that. So awesome pictures and video, Salome.
Yes,
Thanks.
That's impressive. And you look like having so much fun and so relaxed. So make it be even more beautiful. So that's really nice. Thank you for sharing. That's nice.
Honestly, I feel very lucky because I'm just doing what I love and it looks good. And I have friends that are filming me. So it's like, yeah, I'm just having fun. And my friends are like, especially Ian that I was already talking about. He's like, hey, I'm going to film you, do something. And it's even better because then I have videos to share.
Yeah, we're very fortunate they have that. Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's why it flows so well because you are just having fun. And is Freestyle Highline current on an Olympic event?
No, it's not. So like I said, the Freestyle Highline, like it is now with competition and stuff, is very, very young. And we're working on that. We had the first World Championship last year and we are trying to push the sport. But so far there is still very few athletes. But we're working on that. We're trying to make the sport more popular and to push the level and to push everyone to train. And every day more and more people are starting Freestyle Highline. But yeah, I hope one day Freestyle Highline will be in the Olympics. That would be super cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
That day I'll probably not be an athlete anymore, but if I can be a coach.
Well, they'll be watching you on TV on Wide World of Sports or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I'm sure you are going to make it happen because you do just amazing. I have never saw something so cool. So I'm sure you are going to make your way on Olympic Games. So I'm waiting for watching you on television. But until then, where can people go to follow you on social media and see more your tricks?
So I'm mainly active on my Instagram, which is the ad and just Salome Cholet. And I'm also posting things on TikTok sometimes. It's like Highline Freestyle. And I'm starting to work on a YouTube channel, which is Salome Freestyle, I think. Yeah, thanks. Oh, I know. So it's just here. But yeah, I'm mainly using my Instagram that I'm trying to grow to like get a big community even outside of Highline, so I can like share the sport with the more people and just like have people know about it, so we can start doing places and have more and more like participants for the competition and for the sport in general.
That is awesome. You're an amazing athlete and really a pleasure to have an interview with you. You're a wonderful lady. But we also want to thank you for being our guest here on Outdoors People and spending some time with us, especially at midnight there in France. So really thank you for staying up to do that with us.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I had a lot of fun, and it's really like usual for me to not be sleeping at that time anyway. So yeah, I was very happy to be here.
Well, the pleasure was ours. So very good. Thank you.
Yes, and we are happy for you being here with us and share your passion. That's very nice. And we'd also like to thank each of our sponsors for bringing you tonight's show. Rutabaga Pedal Sports, Campground Views, Duluth Pack, and Jackson Kayak.
Be sure to tune in for next week's episode, Sandboarding in Peru, with our special guest, Johnny Ecos. Until then, for Maya Marzaki, this is CW Getz saying thanks for tuning in to Outdoors People. See you next week.
Ciao.